Good afternoon. Welcome to Scrappy Saturday. I'm going to start trying to do Scrappy Saturday again. Here and there, of course, as the summer comes, I end up doing more on Saturday, but I'm going to try my best to do Scrappy Saturdays. I was actually just sitting doing some pockets. The reason I did the pocket is because I just had this cereal, shredded wheat, and I always reuse the bag and make a pocket from it. So I was sitting here doing this. I had to watch Jacob for a few minutes, but I don't like how the top of this looks, so we're just... Anyways, we'll get down to what I planned for Scrappy Saturday. So I haven't done Masterboards in a while, and so I thought, oh, let's pull out some let's work on some Scrappy Masterboards. Put that pocket up there for now. I lost the lid, which is not abnormal. There we go. And my desk is full. I have my box of scraps. Then these are scraps that have been on my desk for a while, so I just moved them to one side. I don't need the ruler right now. Now you can do them on many different things. One, if you have especially scrapbooking paper, I didn't feel like pulling out my bins with my paper in it, but scrapbooking paper works great. I have a box sometimes, and they're not always big paper, and it doesn't matter. Masterboard doesn't have to always be huge, but sometimes well, this is a 1-2. Sometimes use it. I don't know what I was using that for, but I keep, you make mistakes on things, so sometimes I keep, like this Christmas one, my ink ran out, so instead of throwing it out, I use it for a masterboard. So I'll pull that out. Sometimes when I haven't done it in a long time, this is for my computer, when I put a new ink in, I'll do something to it anyways. And so I save that paper, because by the time I put scraps on it, it's nice and thick, so I save that. My calendars, this one I had planned to do tags, so I covered the back with writing plain paper, and then I'm going to cover the front. So that's kind of, I just grab, these are something I was creating a long time ago and never used them. So, I don't always use the big 4x4 or whatever. I use whatever. And again, I did these tags and I didn't like how they turned out. I tried them on a pink because they were plain color. I didn't like how they were. So I do a lot of that for my things. And then I also use, and of course it's not handy because I'm not sure where I put it, but I'll just show you for an example. I was hoping it'd be close by, and usually it is. When I had an old one of these that I took my orders in for Avon when I used to sell Avon. So I've been using the pages and doing that. Usually I keep it close to my desk. That way, if I got a lot of scraps building up, I'll pull it out and I'll work on it. So I like doing two different kinds of masterboards. So we'll start with one, which is, just pull out some of your larger scraps, and start laying them down. Oh, no, I'm going to use this in a scrappy pad. Maybe next week we'll work on scrappy pads. So you can get your, do bigger pieces, right, and build your masterboard that way. Or do I want to go this way with it? I think I want to go that way with it. You never know. And the nice thing is you just grab your scraps. I could have used this in other things too. I could have turned it into a pocket and things like that, but it's here. We're going to use it. And I'm going to try not to overthink what I'm doing here. This would kind of go perfect here. Look at that. That's a perfect piece for right there. And the great thing, these, you can do different things, tags, journal cards, they're great for everything. Doesn't matter if it overlaps the book page. And again, just because you put that whole big page doesn't mean I can't do something like I could come in and put a little, you know, and I probably won't put the whole thing. This is where a ruler comes in handy. Whoops. I just knocked some, oh, my pearls, which weren't supposed to be there. Oop. That's okay. They landed in a basket. So you can come in and add a little more into the book page if you don't feel like you want the whole book page showing. All right, so there we go. And we won't throw those out because we'll use those. In fact, where did that other paper go? In this case, I'm going to use the white side, even though I said, because I'm going to make something else out of this. And this one here, I use a lot of smaller pieces for it. And I don't, you know, I just throw the pieces on in different places. And I'll kind of show you. I'm hoping I have enough time to do both. It's not always easy because they're supposed to be simple. I might later throw something like that in. Never know. Do I got any music paper sitting here? I got a nice scrap of music paper here. We'll throw that in. Now the 12 by 12s are nice to use because it does give you a nice size masterboard to work with, you know, so they are great. I just didn't feel like I put all my pads in boxes, and I just have lately forgot to pull them out. You know, I'll probably use that one again in somewhere. I got another music page here. I've got this neat paper, so that might end up going in there. What else do we have in here? That's all plain. Let's see what we've got here. That is perfect to cover a pocket with, though. It really is. It's a perfect pocket size. And I'll show you what type of pocket, just since it is Scrappy Saturday. I just did one. I thought I just did one. Didn't I just do one? The envelope. I have to glue the one side of the envelope. Sometimes I'll cut the envelopes in half. So this is like almost a perfect size for that. Look at that. That'll make a beautiful pocket. So we're not going to use that there. A beautiful, beautiful pocket. I like that idea. You're not supposed to think this much, guys. You're really not. Oh, here's a nice piece we can throw in here. Sometimes I will even it up, even though I could glue right over it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So, and the thing is, when you use some of these neutral ones, you can throw, like I like this design here, maybe not that one small piece, but then I can take a small piece or a ticket or a frame and add more to it. Sometimes I like some more basic masterboards, then I can embellish on top of it with other things. So like this one, I am kind of keeping it more neutral. Because like, for instance, even like this, if I didn't want all that there, I could pull in a small piece, right? So this is a quick, easy. And I keep telling myself I'm going to sit down and make a bunch of masterboards and just have masterboards, make masterboards. And that way, you know, if I need, and especially if you got a lot of colors, if you know, like, you can keep them. And if you're working in pinks, you just pull out your pink masterboards and see which ones work best for you. You know, like, it's just, well, we'll leave it out because it could fit nicely in there. So this is where you could bring in something like this somewhere. But sometimes I do that later too see-through with the lettering. Sometimes you have to think about that too if you've used... It's weird that I don't have a lot of pink. We could end up using that. Oh, there's a nice size, but it's a little bit... Oh, those. I'm just going to pull out some different sheets of pink that I've got sitting in here. Instead of... like I have some little scraps, but I'm going to use those later. I'm going to yawn, guys. You know what? Last night, I did a live in my Purple Hearts Creation by Chrissy, showing some things I'm bringing in and different things like that. And then I had a bath, made myself some dinner, then I had a bath. And I was planning on to come down and do a bunch of stuff. And I started to, and guys, I was so tired. I'm normally a more tired person. I feel tired pretty much all the time. This past week, I don't know if I'm fighting something, but I feel like I could just sleep all day. I really do. And it's driving me crazy because I hate feeling that way. Let's put that there, I guess. I'm trying not to I'm bad for overthinking it. And so I'm trying my best to put it down and just go with it. Just put it down. And yes, I missed a little bit there, but that's an easy fix. I can get a nice thin piece, especially if it's got a nice music on it, and bring it in. That doesn't bother me. I can bring in a frame, or even like some of my half frames that I made a mistake on, and cover that up easily. So I don't worry about if that little piece is showing. This has got a little too much white on the edge, so I'm just gonna do that. I'm trying hard not to overthink, guys, and just put it down. Should get another little piece of music in somewhere. And if you have documents, or they're great too to get in here. I'm just going with what's around me and not print anything. Don't pull whole pieces out of somewhere. Trying my best to, I have a big piece of glue on my finger, so I'm trying to get rid of it. If you wondered what I was doing, guys, that's what I was doing. Here's that was something else I was doing with that. Too clashy for me. I'm probably not going to use that one again. And yeah, you can use your different if you have lined paper and things like that. I need something bright down in here. I'm just moving things about. Moving things about. Oh, that might be interesting in there. Kind of like that there. I don't have to use the whole thing. Just take a piece of it. I have to, and I'm hoping maybe next week to do some dyeing of paper. I kind of like that there. It's a little short. I don't like how faded. I wanted it a bit darker, But I have a tray of scraps too. Oh, here we go. Some of it's larger papers. Here, let's take this one because it's, we do have that color. I could pull out. You know when you make something and I just touched it and I put it somewhere because somebody wants to buy it, and I put it aside somewhere, and now I'm trying to think where I put it aside. I don't know why. It just suddenly popped in my brain that I put it somewhere, but I don't know where I put it. I know it's in the simplest place, but it just, because it popped into my brain at this moment, it did. And again, this is where you can add, if you don't want that plain, you could even bring in a stamp. I'm not keen on that faded part, but that doesn't bother me too much. Put a little more glue there. There we go. And again, that part, I have a piece of washi that I kind of tore, and it ripped funny. So perfect. We're going to add it in there. I just kind of threw it over on with the washi tape and was like, oh, I'll use it somewhere. And here we go. Look at that. See? And see, it tore, so I'm going to use it as well. Oh, it got very quiet upstairs. Andre's not feeling well. Gab's not feeling well. And I hope whatever they have, I'm not catching. That's all I can say. Yes, I'm leaving it exactly like that. Oh, that's something different. I don't want to use that up. So we need another piece of some... I'm not sure if I like this one with this. I'm liking it, keeping it more creamy tones. So even though I use that, I might still pull that in there because I'm trying to really deal with the scraps that are on my desk. Again, I shortchanged it. It's a little, oh, maybe if I go that way. We'll see what we do here. Yep, and sometimes I start just, I can either glue the paper or the Masterboard. And if you don't want to use a glue stick, you could always use Podge, but I just find glue sticks. Mind you, I'm almost out of a glue stick. I have to go buy. I'm supposed to go today, but I don't feel like going outside. I don't feel like getting dressed. I'm in my pajamas. I was in bed by 11. My light, sometimes even when I go to bed, I'll lay and play a game. Nope. Not last night. I would say by, oh, that will go on there maybe at some point. These little pieces like this, I don't throw them away. I'm going to have to get a bigger container. I keep them because when I do my Scrappy Masterboards, I want all little pieces like that. So I throw them in there. And then I started doing these, and I'm going to make some. And I like this. Again, it's all scraps I kind of glued together. And I'm going to use them to embellish on top of a page that might be plain, and I just want a little something on it. And then I could throw a butterfly on that, or leave it just the way it is. So that's what this is, I think. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing with that. Who knows? I think I want to throw a little flower up there. You can do all documents. Those are great Masterboards too. Just all depends what you have. If you have, like me, sometimes you get a lot of extra blank pages, right? These make great for do them on the back of it, and then you can cut them and use them for tags, and your back's all done, and then you can cover it in wallpaper or whatever you want type thing. Oh, kind of liking that, how it's coming together. Now we just need something, I think we need something a little brighter in here. This isn't big enough, so it won't work. Right? So that won't work. We could bring in another music page, and then we'll use that last little scrap up. That works for me. This is all music, so we might go this way. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to call this one done. Now, if you want to go ahead and use them right away, then you can cut it up into your shapes, or you can, if some people will go ahead once they make this thing. Oh, look at that. I'm going to have to put a little something there that ripped, but that's because it's very, very, very old. Music page, 1920s, if I'm correct. Let's see, what do we have that's small that could go there? That's too close. I want it to be maybe a piece of washi tape. We already have, yeah, let's do that. A little piece of that washi tape. And some people, you might like, I don't know what's going on with this washi tape. Oh, I see. It still needs, see? It still needs to be straightened up. Oop, come up. There's glue there already, so it was really sticking. A little patchwork there, right? And then you can go, because like this could use a little bit more color over here, even up here. If you want to bring in a little bit more, you could bring something like that up over here, a little of this in here, like just taking a smidgen like this and putting it in here if you want it to. I'm not doing that. I'm leaving it the way it is. That way when I take, this could be a tag, right? I would probably make this a longer tag where I would cut it. Let me show you just with the ruler. I would probably go straight down like this and make a long tag out of it. So, and then you would have this, you know, and then I might flip it around and get, you know, so you just play with what you get your best out of. And there you go. There's a masterboard. A scrappy masterboard. A large scrappy masterboard. Let's just put it that way. Now, and of course I'm doing it in pink because right now, this one here. This one I use a lot of little things, and it works perfect in overlaying, and even sometimes after I do it and I do cut my shapes out, because what I do, I'm going to have to take some things off to be able to show you. I do two things with them. One is I make scrappy hearts and butterflies, and this is just out of those scrappy, and you can do this in the bigger one as well. Nothing says I can't do it in the bigger one, but it's a good way if you save all those little pieces to do that. Sometimes I use it for a pocket, sometimes I use it to embellish with, and I make them in different sizes. The same with the butterflies. And the butterflies, a lot of times I'll use them on pockets, and I use them in clusters. They look really cute. So I do that, and then I do, if I use a lot of neutral, and of course I don't know where they're sitting right now. They should be in this nice and convenient, but I moved them some reason. So they might not even be in here right now. Let me see. Oh, yep, here they are. They're supposed to be to the back of it, but I was scooting through it yesterday, so things got moved about. And if I do neutral ones, I stamp on them. And you could do that with that one, some of it with that too. And then I sometimes I leave them like this, and then other times I fussy cut them. Well, that's not as fussy cut, but look how cute they are. I don't know where the best place because I can't see. So I do that with my, what I call Scrappy Masterboards. I like the idea of it. Okay, let me put this back up here and we'll put all that away later. So when I'm doing, especially the hearts and that, like this is when I want a lot of paper and you want them to overlap, and you just start to stick different papers down. And sometimes when I have a long one like this, I will tear it so it's not all in one piece. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just stick down the florals first in different places and then go back in with some book pages around it. I'm not big on mixing a lot of florals together. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. You never know with me. You never know. And I'm going to make this smaller. This one is a good one to use in the neutrals because you can stamp on it. But it's also great. My hair, I don't know how it got there. So you just start taking paper, especially if you've got a lot of little pieces laying around. That's what I'm just looking what little pieces I have sitting here right now and throwing them in there. I might throw this here. And you got to watch sometimes because you might get a little triangle, and you can go in later. Sometimes I use a little washi and go back and do that. I'm going to throw a piece of this in right here. This glue stick is not going to last me long, so I won't be creating tonight. I think it'll only be a fussy cut night because I don't think I got enough glue to make anything, especially once I do these Masterboards. And I do put the book pages and the music paper in there because it does help break it up. It does look good in other places. I don't like how that tore. I try not to always go straight so that it helps with the angling of things, and when you go to do something, I don't want it too much of that gone. In this case, when I cut the shape out, I would see what this is like. I might put a little washi tape there. It's hard to say. Sometimes I don't do that till I might add a little more color depending on how the heart cuts out or the butterfly. My feet are hot. Got to remove my slippers. Either my feet are hot or they're freezing. I don't ever think I have a happy foot temperature. I really don't. Let's see what's in these little itty bitty ones and use some of these. I'm just seeing what I've got in shades of pink. These are great, so I'll pull out some of those. I'm just going to go through and pull out a few of the little pieces here that I know I can use. Yes, little tiny pieces are great, especially near the end. I can use either side of that. I'm just going to throw these up here. Oh, it's funny, I don't have a lot of pink in my little Scrappy. Well, I'm not just looking at pink. I'm looking for some neutral ones too. Like, I save all sizes. Oh, those, I don't know why I put those in there. Let's use that one up. That's a good piece to use up. That's a good neutral. That's another good neutral. Some neutral ones. I think that's pretty much, oh, there's a, wow, I don't have much pink in there, which is surprising. Normally that's what mainly my scraps are. Well, in my itty bitties I have. Okay, I think we've got everything out of the itty bitties. I know I have this I can use. So we got lots of little itty bitties to play with. They're perfect, and I'll show you soon. I try my best to take, it doesn't have to be straight edge, it's just I'm taking the white, so at some point I tore that. So I have to check on the time in a few minutes. So I'm going to try to start doing Scrappy Saturdays again, even if I have to videotape it on Fridays and then just add it, especially as the summer comes, because the summers are short, so short here, and especially where we live in Quebec. So sometimes we go out and do a lot of activities and enjoy the summer a lot. I don't want to put that up there. That piece, I keep going for that one piece all the time. I need to throw some more colors in here. I need to put in a few bigger pieces and then go in with some of the smaller pieces. And I want to... And sometimes, like for instance here, where it's torn, instead of cutting it off, I'll just stick a piece of something else under it before I glue it. So I do that sometimes too. What do you think will come in there with? Oh, I think a nice, if I got something more plain pink, but I don't think I got a plain pink big. I keep using this one a lot because I've got a lot of scraps with it, but it's okay. I can come in. Come on. There we go. Oh, I don't want to glue it to the board. There we go. So now we'll go back in with this and glue it. Because I don't want, sometimes you have to be careful, because if you want more of a music page and you put it down first, then you're covering paper over it. So, you know, got to watch that sometimes too. We'll cut that better later. I'll just throw that in there. It'll probably, majority of it probably will get covered, but it's there. This is where this comes in handy sometimes. You can overlap it on like that. That's what I hope that's in camera. Let me push that back up. Sorry guys if I took that off camera. You're going to want to come back in and throw some little pieces over because you want that. I know I'm going to put that there, but I have to put something under it. Oh, maybe they went outside. Jacob really wanted to go outside with me, but I wasn't really feeling outside. But his dad is very sick, and so when Andre's sick, he gets grouchy. And Jacob responds with making it funny. I get a good chuckle from it. He did the same thing to me when he was in the bathroom playing with water. I'm like, Jacob, get out of that bathroom right now. And he comes to the top and get out of the bathroom right now. He does the voice back at me. He's a character. He is a character. I think we're going out tomorrow. It depends, I think, how they both feel. Nope. It's not screaming at me. I need to get some more big papers in here. And sometimes I'll use that big neutral because I can come in and cover that up, especially at the top of a corner or something. See, now I wished I didn't glue that down because I don't really want to cover it that much. I might end up putting it over here. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I did a live in my shop, and I was just playing around. At first it was just to be creative, and then I was using things that I was planning on putting in the shop and how to use some of the things I do, my fussy cuts, and just cleaning, working on things on my desk. Because sometimes I have a lot of this on my desk where I don't actually end up completing it because I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure if that's the way I want to go. Oh, I should be using this. So, see, and this is where I can come in and put something across. Let's see. You can overlap into it, which is perfect. That'll probably end up there, and then we want something here. So let's see if this is big enough. Perfect. So we're going to glue that down. It's almost glued down now because I put the glue so far over. Need some glue on this side. Try not to. There we go. I think this is the fastest I've done one of these for. But I find, like, when you get out your scraps in it, I find it's nice to mass make these. Because, and I'm lifting this up, guys, because I need something underneath there. That's why I lifted that up. I don't think I like that pointy edge. I don't. So we're going to take that pointy edge off. And then I got to decide what I'm going to make for dinner tonight. Do I like that? I kind of do, or do I want to go this way with it? Or do I want something more neutral? No, it's too boring. Maybe some color. How would that look if I put that there? Oh, I think I like that. And like, if you have a long piece, don't have to glue the whole thing, just chop it. Okay, so wished I had a small ruler sitting here. It would work perfect, and I don't know where I put my long one. I just had to open my eyes, guys. That's all I had to do, is open my eyes. So now I want to come in and glue there. And I just want to put a little more glue on that tip and a little bit more glue on that. That worked out perfect. And then sometimes I'll do it now just so I can see how it's looking. I'll trim the edges up. Oh yeah, I like that. Excuse me. Something's choking me. That froggy has decided it's going to come back. And quiet today, ain't I, guys? Normally I ramble and ramble and ramble. I find when I'm doing masterboards, especially the Scrappy masterboards, I have to think a little bit more. So that causes me to, you know, when you're doing it this way, it looks funny because you're like, oh, but when you cut them out, it's funny. It looks so different. And I won't have time to do that within this hour. This is all garbage. I'm going to get rid of that so I stop sticking everywhere. I'm just going to pop up and look at the time. Oh, 41. I'm actually not doing bad. Not doing bad. I'm usually much worse than this at not getting much done. I don't have enough. I like to do, like when I'm doing something like this, to do it more live, but I don't have enough followers yet. I'm stuck right now. And part of it is because I did go on vacation and I didn't make videos, and then I came back and I was helping with spring break, taking care of Jacob. And then this week, I've just been tired. These are, I make labels. And so these are the ends of the labels kind of left over. And I save them because it's perfect for this. So I'm just going through and seeing what I have in here. I got some good ones in here that I have to go back and do other boards with. And instead of cutting them all up, I just leave them like this. And I just... I'm just going to trim off the white. I think this was left over just from a collage digital I made for something, and it was just the pieces left over. I grabbed this because these are perfect to add in places. Cut off the white again. Oh. I'm ready for a nap. Isn't that terrible? I could go for a nap right about now. I'm going to end up putting that in there. So we need a bit of a floral, good floral piece. It doesn't quite work there, so let's bring this. We'll cut this in half. This in here. Yeah, we'll put that in there. I have hamburger meat already fried up. So either I'm going to do sloppy joes. That might be what I end up making, but I just don't think we have buns. That's the only thing. And I hate to ask Andre to go out and get buns with how he's feeling. But I'll talk to him in a few minutes when I'm done this. And then I'll probably close my eyes for an hour. I just sit on the couch straight up and take a little nap because, as you can see, I'm yawning like crazy. Like crazy. Okay, let's throw that piece. That piece kind of works perfect there. So let's throw that in there. If I don't get this done where I can show you how to cut it out, I'll do a short video Maybe later tonight or tomorrow. I'm not making any promises. My cats are sound asleep. Pika in my bed. And Boo Boo in her box by my desk. I washed her blankets last night, so it's all fresh for her. Again, don't cross it over in places. You do want that, because you want that. And like I'm taking some of the beige off, because I kind of want just the music notes to be seen. And that's where this is great, even bringing it in here. So I have two places I'm debating right now. I'm going to put it, yes, you want to do that overlapping, guys. I know right now it's not understandable, but you'll see when I do it. That's why I know I have to do a small video to show you guys. But sometimes I like it to be in the middle so that some of the other color is peeping through. There we go. Think of this. I think I'll put this here, right here, there. Pulling out some big pieces, because if you only use little pieces, and I have done it with just using little pieces, it takes a while, guys. It takes a while if you use all little pieces. That does take a while. So I'm pulling up some of these big pieces to right now, and then we'll go back in. If we have to, I can do a Scrappy Sunday as well as a Scrappy Saturday. I like things like this sometimes. So I'm going to take this, and I only want one piece of it. I want it in there, maybe, or here. I don't know. We're going to save those little pieces. Those little pieces are going to be used. No ifs, ands, or buts. Let's throw in another big piece here. There's a lot of floral there, but that's okay. Sometimes, if I'm lucky it didn't stick yet, sometimes I'll even pull it up a little bit, because once I glue it back down, it doesn't matter. Some more glue on this. There we go. And you'll see right here I have a little white piece. A little tiny white piece. So that's where I'm going to cut off the top of it. A little piece like this comes in handy. And these pieces, sometimes you have to be careful. There we go. Oops. That's why I try not to use my fingers, but I forget, because the little pieces like to stick to your hands. Those little pieces come in handy. Yes, they do. I want to put something like that in there. What other colors do I have? Let's throw that this way. Like I said, I trim it sometimes just so I can see how it looks for when I go to add the paper. That's why sometimes I do that. I'm trying to keep it in camera, so I'm trying to move things about. Because my scrap box takes up a lot of room. Let's pick up some of these little papers again and get them out of the way. Again, see, this is where this will come in handy. Maybe no, maybe not. Maybe no, maybe yes, maybe no. Doesn't quite fit there. It could go along here. Might end up in there. This is going to come in here. And I'll probably end up putting pink. I'm just trying to get some of the big pieces on because I know we're running out of time. I promise, guys, I will finish it. If we don't finish it now, I will come back and do a smaller video and do the cutting so you can really see what I mean by putting the little pieces. Now I definitely want some color there. I need some pink, pink, pink. How do I not have enough pink? How is that possible that I don't have enough pink? That's just not possible. Okay. And you could ink the edges if you want to. I don't do that. I want the paper to kind of blend in with it, so I don't do that. If I use that, sometimes when I use the heart, I might ink the outside of the heart or the butterfly type thing. But pulling this up, I have a reason why I'm pulling it up. Oh no, I don't want to use that. Do I have another piece of pink somewhere? Yeah. Pull out some pink because I don't have any plain pink in here, and that does come in handy, which is going to do right here. And you decide. There we go. There we go. And I think I'm going to trim off that bit of white off there. I think I'm going to come in here with some pink. Yeah, but I wanted to cover that. So I'm going to do that. I don't know why I talk to myself when I do Masterboards. Well, I talk to myself quite often. I have a whole conversation with myself. Well, technically, it's kind of what I'm doing right now, isn't it? Technically, I am kind of having a conversation with myself. Take that out. Where was this going? Here. So let's go ahead and put that down now. Well, no, not yet, because we need to put something in there. Nope, doesn't fit. And now I need a floral again. Come on, florals. Where are you, florals? I've used a lot of this one, but it's because I have a lot of scraps with this one, because it's one of my favorite papers to use. Oh, this looks beautiful in buttons. Oh, I got to make some of the buttons out of this. Maybe. And these would make good flowers too. There we go. There we go. Now, can we stick this down now? Or do we want something else in there? Maybe a little pink in there. I like the solid colors because sometimes I don't feel so bad if I overlap them a little bit more than and have them just peeking out. Like in this case. Okay. Because I'm filling in the hole here. Because I want this kind of... Oh no, I'll put this down now. I'm gluing it right there, and I'm going to put my arm right in that glue. Because that's how I roll, guys. That's how I roll. I need a little bit of glue here. Bone folder with these bone, I don't know what you call them. They do come in handy. They do, they do, they do. You're probably like, what is she doing? What the heck? I bet you we're out of time. Let me look at the time so I know if I have to start to say. And I won't continue it. I might put some bigger pieces on it. Yeah, it's that time to say goodbye. Oh my goodness, did this ever go so quickly? Don't you think, guys? I think so. It went way too quickly for me. These little ones do come in handy when you have that little hole. So we're going to stop for now. I'm leaving everything on my desk the way it is. And either later I'll come back and do another video this evening, or... But there we go. It's starting to come together. You'll see it when I really get in some more colors in here and the little pieces, and then when we cut it, you're really going to see it. So thank you for joining me. I'm trying to get back to a regular routine, guys. I promise. I am working on that. So bear with me as I'm trying to get myself back on a schedule and get recording. A lot of it is because I just don't know what to start with first. That's the main reason. So thank you for joining me. Please like, comment on the video. It does help me a lot. And if you haven't subscribed, I would love you to subscribe and come along my journey as I grow this and as we craft together. All right. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye for now.